solve this problem to find the vertex, the focus, and the directrix, what we'll do is we'll move, well, I was going to say we move everything over on the same side, which you can do, but first let's go ahead and complete the square over here. So what I'm going to do is go like this. Now I'm going to take, the 8, I'm going to divide it by 2, and then square that. So this is 4 squared, which gives me 16. So I'm going to add 16 here. I'm also going to add 16 on the other side. So I've kept my equation balanced by putting it on both sides. On the left side now, I've got x plus 4 quantity squared. And I've got on the right side 4y plus 8. Now what I'll do is I'll factor out a 4. So what this tells me is the following. If I graph this guy out, that my vertex is going to have an ordered pair of -4. That comes from right here, the opposite of this value. And then -2. Okay, that comes from right here. The 4 out in front. So let me actually, before I do that, let me plot this point. So this is -4, -2. So this is my vertex. Now because, excuse me, because the x is the value being squared here, we're going to be heading up or down. So one of those two directions. Now we're heading up because this value of the 4 here is positive. Essentially, if we divided through, now this is not the form that they give you. I would get this. And so my leading coefficient here is going to be positive, so we're going to head up. Now the question is how far away, what is our a value? So the a value, that's the length out from the vertex to the focus and also back to the directrix. The a value is equal to, okay, so well 4 times a is equal to this value out front here. So that means a is going to be equal to 1. So that means that if I go 1 unit up, I have my focus, and if I go 1 unit down, okay, I've got my directrix line. So the focus has an x value that's still the same, but we went up 1 in the y direction. And my directrix has the equation y is equal to -3. That describes this line down here. So now let's go ahead and just check what that guy looks like. I'm going to grab Maple here. Just get rid of that. Okay, so we'll let Maple start up here. Now you can check the same thing in your calculator as well, so I would advise doing that. It's going to be useful to solve that equation to get y equal to something. Okay, so here's Maple. Oops, hang on 1 second. That's what I wanted. So we want to plot that equation, which is going to be, I'm going to write it like this. So I'm going to go x squared plus 8x, okay, plus 8, and I'm going to divide that whole thing by 4. And essentially I solve for y. So I'm going to go from x equals, let's do 5 to 2. And let's have our y value. Probably we only need to go down to negative 4 maybe. Let's go up to 4. Okay, we'll plot that guy out and see what she looks like. So you can see here that at negative 4, negative 2, I'll have my vertex, which is right here at negative 4, negative 2. Let me go just a little bit further over here. Let's do negative 10. There we go. And you can't see the focus on the directrix on here, but the focal point is going to be right here where my cursor is, and the directrix would be a line down here, okay, at negative 3. And I can, if you want, I can go ahead and graph that guy out as well. Okay, let's make that color. We'll make the color of the directrix red. Okay, and there it is. Okay, so that's what our graph should look like.